I mean, it looks like you came down since last week.
Yeah, I did.
For sure. All right, champ, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Episode 4, champ. Episode 4 of The Fight Life. Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I remember when we were at the high school, right? When we got done at the high school, and this was before you had an opponent announced, you told me you thought the fight was going to be Clarissa. How deep did those conversations go at that time, like a year ago? Not far?
No.
At what point did you know it was going to be Savannah?
They gave me the option of Shay Kennelly and then Savannah, and then they made it permanent. Like, okay, if it's got to be Savannah for a Netflix type of card. I'm like, all right, so I'll take her. You know, it was supposed to be an easy fight for her, a tough fight for me. And when I was training, that's all I was thinking about. Like, they got her, okay, because they signed her too. So I'm like, let's go. You know, this is my time to shine and show everybody something different, you know.
How was camp for that fight?
Camp was good.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was hard. Probably not harder than this one though. Seemed like they keep getting harder and harder. It was a hard camp though, as always, and it's supposed to be extremely harder than the fight, you know. So I was ready.
Take me through the experience of that fight, because I know when I came in for that episode, you were in training, but you didn't know what was next. You had just gotten your first world title.
Yeah.
You're going to fight for a second one. You're the underdog. What was the night like for you?
I mean, it was, we walked in together, me and my personal team, and there was an airy, as far as like fight week is concerned, there was a lot of more attention on her. And I didn't take it to the heart. I didn't take it negatively. I stayed positive. And I remember bringing my dog up, and it just felt like the hotel room was home. My family was there, and I remember walking in the stadium. No cameras watching us come in, but cameras probably watching her come in. And I remember just saying, like, I'm ready. You know, I trust the process. Let's go. You know, I've been here before, and I got in there and I said, I'm gonna get this. I'm a fighter, and that's what happened.
The moment that the ref took that point away, how are you maintaining your composure? Because already, like you said, right, everything is not slanted towards her, but you could see what time it was. You could see what the writing on the wall was. How did you keep your composure in that moment? Like, again?
Yeah. I get a bunch of things thrown at me in camp, and last camp, for some reason, I got a bunch of things thrown at me, you know, and I realized that I have so much anxiety in camp, sparring and what's on the schedule for today, that by the time fight week come, I'm as calm as can be. Yeah. I feel like there's not one color that I didn't see last fight because of all of what I went through in camp. Like today, did you see what today was about? Like, fucking Terrell, huge, strong, throwing me around.
Uncomfortable.
You know, uncomfortable. Like, why? Like, that's colors. When I get in there on Friday, April 17th, I would have saw every color I need to see, and the ref was just another color. And so when he took the point, I obliged, and I came out and finished it the way I knew how.
Right. What was your level of confidence before they read the decision?
I was extremely confident.
Yeah.
I felt like I beat her.
Yeah.
I hurt her. It was evident. You know, I boxed her. I made her miss. I had her all out of her game. And if you look at her face and my face, she was lumped up. You know. Yeah. But she's a great fighter.
Assess Lani Daniels as an opponent, right? Because you've already been in, quote unquote, the big fights now.
I don't care if I'm the favorite or not. Lani Daniels is coming to fight, and I got a huge target on my back. I got 3 titles, and she wants one of those titles, and she has a tendency to make people look bad in their fights. So, like I said, this camp was harder. It's harder than the last one, and I think that's a little bit of what Barry is feeling as well. You know, regardless if I'm the A side in this, we going in there fighting like, you know, like I'm not. So, Lani Daniels, you know, she's a mover, you know, a little strategic, and I expect for her to come to fight 100% April 17th.
What are some of the differences for you between when you get into camp mode and when you're in maintenance mode, like we were for the last episode, or at least how you feel different?
I'm meaner in camp, a little airy, frustrated, because nobody really cares about how I feel, you know. So, and that's the difference in camp. They care about how I feel when just in the gym. Like, hey, you're not feeling well, you don't got to spar today. But right now, like, you know, from session to session, I be exhausted.
No choices.
No choices. I really don't have any choices. And they'll switch it up on me, and I guess it's a necessary evil, you know. I'm a little bit more snappier, always way more skinnier. So, you know, fasting, can't eat as much, but it's all.
We're about a month out. What phase of camp would you say you're in now, or what would you call this phase of camp?
This is probably the tough phase.
Yeah.
You know, for these next 2 weeks, the sparring is going to be intense, it seems. I had a hard one Friday, another hard one today, so it doesn't look like it's going to get lighter for the next 2 weeks, so yeah.
I've heard you say now in a couple of different interviews, not interviews with me, that people still haven't seen the best from you.
Right.
What makes you say that, and what is it that they haven't seen?
I just haven't shown some wrinkles that I have. I'm hoping that it will come out, like my shoulder, my defense, my footwork, like really rolling and slipping and punching. A little bit of what you saw today, and just, you know, people just know me for the power, but I got skills. You know, I really got great skills that can be on display, and I'm looking forward to showing them, like, soon. You know.